morning, everybody. Happy Friday / when you're practicing. Today, we're going to do something a little bit different. I'd like you to have a chair for your morning meditation this morning. It doesn't have to be a singular chair, it could be the sofa, could be your bed, but somewhere you can sit and feel your feet on the floor. Otherwise, let's get started. There we go. So as always, opening with our lighting of the lamp mantra. Deepo Jyoti Para Brahma, Deepo Jyoti Janardanaha, Deepo Hartume Papam, Deepo Jyoti Namostute, Puja Deepo Namostute. Shubham Karoti Kalyanam, Arogyam Dhanasampada, Shatru Buddhi Vinasaya, Deepo Jyoti Namostute, Deepo Jyoti Namostute. Letting that light carry us through our practice this morning, just in view. And we're going to begin seated on a chair, sofa, what have you. So as we are looking at the hands and the feet this week, I really wanted to make a special point of them in our meditation practice. So be sure that when you are sat, you can wiggle and fidget your way to a position where your feet can rest onto the ground and you can feel the whole soles of your feet on the carpet, on the mat, on the floor, on a rug, whatever it might be. And we're just going to use this connection to the earth without weight bearing as a gentle anchor for our awareness down in the base of the body. Then we're going to use the hands in a few different mudras, then placing them together. So just a little bit of context for you. If Hasta mudras, hand gestures, are new to you, Hasta means hand and mudra means seal or gesture. But the word mudra can be broken down into two component parts. Mud meaning joy or inner delight, and dra being that rising, that fountainous movement of what you feel within being transmitted outside. And how often do we use our hands as a way to express how we're feeling within? Well, I'm doing it right now. We are so expressive with our hands. Language and hand movements go together so beautifully. Just look at Spanish people, Italian people, Indian people, when they're speaking in their language. So much of what they say is also linked with their hand gestures. So we're going to use our hands in a slightly more poignant way while our feet lightly ground us on the earth. So as always, just finding a little bit of movement through the body, swaying, gently flowing. Remember, there is never a wrong way to move first thing in the morning. Just getting into the back, the side body. Because we're on a chair, I feel it's remiss to not do a twist. Hug the back of that chair as the opposite hand sweeps to your leg, and then take a moment on the other side. I honestly think that a chair twist is my favourite kind of seated twist. Oh, and if you do have a job that does keep you relatively desk bound, I cannot recommend doing this enough. Oh, it's so good. And then just coming to center, letting your hands rest onto your thighs and just letting your hands kind of move down to the knees and back up just a few times, and just feeling the texture of maybe your bare skin, maybe your clothes, whatever it might be. Just letting your hands run across the texture of that. And then letting yourself soften and settle, placing one hand down to your lower belly and the other hand up to your chest. And as you've done many times before, just feeling that beauteous depth of breath, first and foremost, visible and tangible in your top hand. And then slowly, as your awareness begins to descend down, you can feel it in that bottom hand. Really using your hands as a guide to draw the awareness inwards. Our hands help us connect so much to the external world, but how much can they help us connect to the internal? This is one of the most simply profound ways of doing that. Hands focusing on you. Really starting to feel the fullness of the breath as the inhale descends past the top hand and down into the bottom hand. And then up from the bottom hand into the top hand. And just letting the breath dance between the palms. The pulsation felt on the outside and deepened on the inside. And then just relaxing the hands down beside your chair, kind of like a seated version of Tadasana. So within your hands, there is elemental wisdom. Your thumbs are linked with the element of fire because they kindle. There is so little in the natural world in terms of animals that have thumbs. We are the only ones. We are the only beings on this planet with thumbs. We are also the only beings on this planet who have learned how to control fire, how to create fire. That is why the thumbs are linked with fire. Then your index fingers are linked with the element of air. And this is often because we kind of point up into the air, but it's also a very mobile digit that we have on our hands. The middle finger is linked with space, usually because your middle finger is the tallest and reaches highest up into space. But the way I remember it is that this, I'll cover it, is a very impolite way of asking someone to give you space. Your ring finger is linked with the element of earth because it's the most rooted finger. Try and jut it out on its own and you can't. And then finally, your little finger is linked with water, that free-flowing finger at the very end of everything, because everything comes back to water. So we're going to do a little elemental moving meditation practice, not doing much with the hands. They're going to be in a soft cupping motion, and you're going to move through very simple movements, but add in a layer of resistance to it. So while there is going to be no resistance as we're doing this movement, add in the resistance. So imagine you're having to pick something up, not heavy, but just something. So we're going to drop those hands down, palms facing forwards. Take a deep breath in as you bring the hands up roughly to shoulder height. Palms are facing the sky. Then as you exhale, turn the palms forwards and push outwards. Let the fingers drop and then gently roll the shoulders, elbows and hands back into the shoulders and drop them down. Then push the hands up to the sky, extending the arms, and then exhale, open the arms all the way out to the side and back down. And it's with these movements that we begin to channel the elemental wisdom. So as you inhale and bring the hands up to the shoulders, imagine you are physically picking up the strength from the earth. As you exhale, you're going to push forwards as if you are allowing air to move away from you, dropping the fingers. Inhale, imagine a wave flowing towards you, bringing ease and softness. Then connect to your abdominal muscles and warm into the fiery flame as you push up. And then expand into the space that is around you as you widen the arms and bring them back down. So we draw the strength up from the earth with an inhale. We push away with an exhale. We draw in the wave with an inhale and soften and relax with an exhale. We inhale and stoke the inner fire to rise, and we exhale to softly reclaim the space around us with that out breath. Inhaling the strength of the earth up, exhaling, pressing the air out and away. Inhale, draw the wave in and down. Inhale, push and kindle your flame high to the sky. Exhale, reclaim the space around you to soften. I'm going to do that 3 more times. Close your eyes. Don't worry about getting the movement perfect. It's the intention and the sensation. And as you become more finely attuned, you might feel sensations elsewhere in the body. Remember that light resistance. And just let those hands relax down beside you once again. Notice how your body responds to channeling those elements through your hands and then receiving those benefits in the deeper layers of the body. How simply moving the hands to the breath with an intention of an element can change how you feel within, because the elements aren't just something outside of us, they are also moving within us. And so this becomes a really beautiful practice when we start to place the hands and the fingertips together. Imagine if we linked the 2 thumbs together, how that could kindle something, a bright idea, a feeling of inner warmth and strength and drive and passion. How if we linked the index fingers together, it could bring a lifted lightness, a sense of expansion and elevation. If we linked the middle fingers together, how that could create a feeling of wanting to move and breathe out, but also feeling the spacious pockets within you open. How if we linked the ring fingers together, how we might feel more grounded and steady within ourselves. And how if we linked the little fingers together, we could feel the sense of pulsation, of flow, of a tidal push-pull. So when we put the hands together, we are unifying this awakening of the elements within us. We're going to do 4 mudras. We're going to start with Anjali Mudra, palms together, every single digit on the hand against its partner. Then we're going to open the fingers. The thumbs and the little fingers stay together, and the 3 middle fingers, the index, middle and ring, open out. This is Padma Mudra, lotus. We are awakening the inner spark of wisdom through the element of water and unfurling into that possibility. We're then going to lift that Padma Mudra up above the head, separate the palms and bring those 3 middle fingers back together. So every fingertip is touching its opposite into Hakini Mudra, the goddess of the third eye. So let your gaze lift up with this, the points of the thumbs pointing to your brow center. And then we're going to turn all of the fingers in and down, bring the backs of the hands together into Ardha Mukha Mudra, downward facing mudra, as we bring all of that internally in and down. Then we curl the fingers in, palms back together into Anjali Mudra. So breathing with Anjali. Exhaling to Padma, open the middle, the index and ring fingers. Let it rise as the palms separate, all the fingertips connect, Hakini Mudra, look up. Turn the fingers in, bring the backs of the hands together, seal it down within you. Curl the fingers into the heart to bring the palms back together. Take a deep breath in. Exhale, open, Padma, Lotus Mudra. Lifting as the palms separate and the fingertips connect, Hakini Mudra. Rolling the fingers in, downward facing Mudra. Curl to reconnect. Anjali Mudra, connected with the element of space, because we can never fully shut that pocket between the palms. You've got a pocket in your palms, no matter how close, you can't shut it. So breathe into that little pocket of space, no matter how small it might feel. Opening into Padma Mudra, linked with water and earth, because the roots are in the depths, the petals unfurl on the top of the water. Then opening Hakini Mudra, linked with the element of air, lifting into that lightness, and then turning the hands in and down, Ardha Mukha Mudra, downward facing mudra, and here we have the earth. Turning those fingers in, back to Anjali, element of space. Inhale. Exhale, open. I think I said earth and water last time. I meant fire and water, because Padma is the jewel of the lotus. It is the seat of consciousness, the spark that makes us special. Fire and water, thumb and little finger. Then rising, Hakini, air. Turning in and down, Ardha Mukha Mudra, downward facing mudra. Twizzle in, reconnect, space. Fire and water. Rising into air. Turning in and down, Ardha Mukha. Keep going, twizzle, turn, connect. Anjali, space, breathe into it. Exhale, unfurl. Use the abdominal muscles to squeeze that flow of breath out. Inhale, separate the palms, elevate into Hakini, air. And then turn the fingers in and down, Ardha Mukha, downward facing. Twizzle in, reconnect. 3 more at your pace. Because we do have time, let's do 2 more rounds. See if you can make them even slower. And as those hands come back to Anjali Mudra, feeling within yourself the strength, the power, the focus that the hands can bring to your mind. Relaxing the hands down into the lap, turning the palms up to the sky. Let the hands now fully rest. Feeling the texture beneath the soles of your feet once again. And notice how these two body parts that continually connect you to all outer experiences can also become doorways to connect you to more inner spaces. As the hands and the feet rest with very little weight on them, with very little to do, just sit with the sensations in your hands and your fingers, your feet and your toes. You may begin to feel the pulse of your heartbeat in your hands and your feet. You may begin to feel the movement of the breath rippling to the hands and the feet. Notice if there is an inner joy, an inner delight that wishes to flow from the depths of your being outwards. Using the hands and feet instead of a way to bring the outside in, to let what is within ripple out. allowing your palms to reconnect to your thighs. And once again, just feeling the texture of your legs, whether that's skin or clothing. Awaken your hands softly, subtly, maybe sliding down the legs to the feet. And then rising all the way back up. And then maybe letting the hands gently caress each arm. And then start to move, sway, stretch, hug, using your hands and your feet as a way to continually connect within. Hands on the body, feet on the earth. And again, there's no right or wrong way to move. So maybe come back to some of the movements you did at the beginning of your practice. Revisit them. See how they feel now. Not much has happened through the body, but so much has happened through your being. And as you inhale, just wiggling a little more length up through the spine, gently softening the slope of the shoulders down. And as you inhale, circle the arms, connecting the palms. And as you exhale, bring the hands down to heart center, bowing ever so slightly. So that inner delight, that joy we feel within, needs to ripple out. And I know I always want to close with this mantra, but it's the best one for it. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May our chanting of Shanti be that ripple, that fountainous feeling that allows the sensation within to flow out through the care in our feet as we tread upon the earth, and the care in our hands as we connect to all the elements within it. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Om Shanti. Thank you so very much. You have one more pre-recorded class, and then I will be back with you on Wednesday evening for our Mind Unwind. Next week, we will be looking at the anatomical breath. So really working with how we breathe and how we can focus on the chest, rib cage and waistline. So I look forward to seeing and exploring with you next week. Thank you, and thanks from Twigs too. Bye my loves. Mwah.